We have all been told a story about aging, that your body will slowly betray you, that sagging skin, aching joints, and fading energy are simply the price you pay for getting older. You look in the mirror and see the lines deepening, feel the stiffness in your knees when you get out of bed, and maybe you think, this is just my new normal. But what if that story wasn't the full truth? What if the real key to restoring your strength, your glow, and your confidence didn't come in a bottle of pills or an expensive jar of cream, but from the foods you eat every day? Today, we're going to uncover the little-known truth about collagen, the protein that literally holds your body together, and the 5 powerful foods that can help you rebuild it naturally. Foods that are delicious, affordable, and proven to fuel your body's own repair system. Stay with me until the end, because once you see how simple it is to take control of your collagen, you'll never look at aging the same way again. Imagine your body as a skyscraper. Steel beams hold it tall, concrete secures the foundation, and cables stretch across to keep it from swaying in the wind. That's exactly what collagen does inside you. Collagen is everywhere. It's in your skin, your bones, your tendons, your ligaments, even in your hair and nails. In fact, collagen makes up about 75% of your skin structure. It's the invisible scaffolding that keeps everything firm, smooth, and resilient. When you're young, your body is like a non-stop collagen factory. Every day, new fibers are woven into your skin, your joints, your bones. That's why your face looks plump and smooth in your 20s, why your joints feel springy, and why your hair shines. But here sits the hard truth. Around your mid-20s, your body quietly begins to slow production. You don't notice it right away, but by the time you pass 60, the factory has slowed dramatically. The collagen you do have starts to fragment and weaken. This is why your skin loses elasticity. Your joints start to grind instead of glide, and even your bones lose density. It's not just getting older, it's literally your collagen foundation wearing thin. And yet this decline doesn't have to define you. Because while we can't stop time, we can fuel the collagen factory with the raw materials it needs to keep building. But before we get to the foods that can rebuild your strength, let's talk about the mistakes that silently destroy collagen every day. Most people think wrinkles or stiff joints are just genetics, but often it's our habits that accelerate the damage. 1. The sugar trap. Sugar doesn't just expand your waistline, it attacks your collagen. When you eat too much sugar, a process called glycation occurs. Imagine a brand new elastic band, soft, flexible, stretchable. Now imagine that band left in the sun, hardened and brittle, snapping at the slightest tug. That's what sugar does to collagen fibers. The molecules attach, stiffen them, and cause them to break more easily. Result: sagging skin, weak joints, and a body that feels older than it should. 2. Silent sun damage. A little sunshine gives us vitamin D, but years of unprotected exposure to UV rays, that's like tiny wrecking balls smashing into collagen fibers. The result is leathery skin, wrinkles, and premature breakdown of your connective tissues. Even 10 minutes here and there adds up over decades. Drip nutrient-poor diets. Here's a surprising one. Collagen isn't just made of protein. Your body needs cofactors like vitamin C, zinc, and copper to assemble those fibers. Without them, the the factory grinds to a halt. A diet full of processed food starves your body of the very nutrients needed to rebuild. The good news, just as easily as you can damage collagen, you can protect and restore it, and it all begins with 5 foods that turn your meals into anti-aging medicine. If collagen is the foundation of your body, bone broth is the raw concrete. For centuries, cultures around the world relied on simmered animal bones, not just for flavor but for healing. Modern science has finally caught up, showing that bone broth is packed with collagen, gelatin, and the amino acids glycine and proline, the exact building blocks your body needs to rebuild collagen. Here's the best part. Bone broth is already broken down into an easy-to-absorb form. For seniors with less efficient digestion, it's like drinking collagen in its most ready-to-use form. One of my patients, Helen, used to start every morning with coffee and toast. I suggested swapping her morning drink for a warm cup of bone broth. Within months, her skin firmed up, her energy soared, and she said her knees creaked less. Sometimes the simplest shifts have the biggest results. And bone broth isn't just for sipping. Use it as a base for soups, stews, or even cooking rice. Each spoonful feeds your collagen factory exactly what it's been craving. But collagen isn't just about what you build, it's also about protecting it. And that's where our next food comes in. Salmon isn't just delicious, it's a 2-for-1 collagen powerhouse. First, it delivers high-quality protein, rich in amino acids that serve as the scaffolding for new collagen. But more importantly, it's loaded with omega-3 fatty acids. And here sits why that matters. Inflammation is the silent destroyer of collagen. Chronic inflammation creates a hostile environment where collagen breaks down faster than your body can rebuild it. Omega-3s act like firefighters, calming that inflammation and protecting your existing collagen from burning out too soon. I'll never forget Frank, a retired gardener whose knees had become so painful he almost gave up the hobby he loved most. Instead of his daily sausages, we had him swap in baked salmon 3 times a week. Within months, he was back in the soil, bending, kneeling, and harvesting vegetables with joy. Fish like salmon, sardines, and mackerel don't just feed you protein, they shield your collagen like armor. And once you've got the building blocks and the protection, the next step is to ignite the process. That spark comes from something bright and delicious. Think of vitamin C as the ignition switch for collagen production. Without it, collagen simply can't form. That's why citrus fruits, like oranges, grapefruits, and lemons, are essential. They flood your body with vitamin C, ensuring every amino acid can lock into place. But the real bonus, berries like strawberries, blueberries, and raspberries. They don't just bring vitamin C, they're packed with antioxidants that neutralize free radicals, the very molecules that smash into collagen and break it apart. I often tell patients, when you add color to your plate, you add years to your life. A handful of berries in your yogurt, a slice of lemon in your water, or an orange as a midday snack. These aren't just treats, they're collagen insurance. And if berries light the fire, greens fan the flames. Because your leafy vegetables hold a secret ingredient almost no one talks about. Spinach, kale, broccoli. You've heard they're good for you, but here's a collagen secret. Most don't know these greens are packed with chlorophyll, the pigment that makes them green. Research suggests chlorophyll increases the precursor to collagen, called pro-collagen. In simple terms, it sits like sending a memo to your body's cells. Hey, it's time to start building more collagen. On top of that, greens bring antioxidants and anti-inflammatory compounds that shield your existing collagen. They don't just help you make more, they help you hold on to what you already have. Frank's success with salmon, he paired it with daily salads of leafy greens. His joints stopped screaming at him, and his passion for gardening came back to life. And now we reach the final weapon in this anti-aging arsenal. It's sitting in almost every kitchen, and yet few people realize its true power. Garlic is more than flavor. It's collagen's secret bodyguard. Inside garlic are sulfur compounds like taurine and lipoic acid. These compounds help strengthen collagen fibers, keeping them flexible and resilient. Think of them like the nails and glue holding wooden beams together. Without them, the beams would shift and collapse. Adding just a few cloves to your daily meals can be transformative. Diane, one of my patients in her 60s, struggled with brittle nails and thinning hair. Nothing worked until she added citrus and garlic into her diet. Within months, her nails stopped breaking and her hair regained fullness. Sometimes, the smallest, cheapest ingredient is the one that makes the biggest difference. It's one thing to know the science. It's another to see how these foods change real lives. Take Helen, age 68. She was outgoing, full of personality, but deep down she felt invisible. Her arms and neck had lost firmness. Her skin looked thin, and she told me, "I don't even recognize myself anymore." We made two simple changes: bone broth in the morning and berries with breakfast. That was it. 4 months later, she walked into my office in a sleeveless dress, something she hadn't worn in years. Her words were unforgettable. "I feel like myself again. Not the faded version, but the real me." Her story shows this isn't vanity. It's about confidence. It's about walking into a room and feeling alive again. Then there's Frank, age 72. The gardener I mentioned earlier. His passion was the earth, but stiff, grinding joints nearly took that joy away. Instead of giving up, he swapped sausages for salmon and paired it with dark leafy greens. A few months later, he sent me a photo of a giant pumpkin smiling like a child at Christmas. His caption said, "I'm back." It wasn't just about gardening. It was about freedom. He could bend, kneel, and live his passion without fear. And finally, Diane, age 64. Her nails were brittle, her hair thinning, and she had tried every shampoo and supplement. But nothing worked because the solution wasn't on the shelf. It was on her plate. With citrus for vitamin C and garlic for sulfur compounds, her body finally had what it needed. 6 months later, her nails were strong and her hair looked fuller than it had in years. "It's such a simple thing," she said, "but it made me feel whole again." These stories aren't rare. I've seen them repeated hundreds of times, and they're proof that you don't have to accept decline as destiny. You can fight back with food as your weapon. At this point, you might wonder, why not just take a collagen supplement? Here's the truth. Many supplements on the market are underdosed, poorly absorbed, or filled with fillers, collagen creams. They mostly sit on the surface of your skin. Remember, collagen is too large a molecule to simply seep into your body from the outside. But food gives your body the full toolbox. Amino acids, vitamins, minerals, cofactors, all in their natural, balanced form. Your body recognizes it, uses it, and weaves it into the collagen fibers that keep you strong and youthful. Supplements can help, but they're no replacement for real, nourishing meals. Think of supplements as decorations. Food is the foundation. Before we close, let's just clear up a few myths. Myth #1. Collagen decline is inevitable. Nothing can stop it. False. While it's natural for collagen to decrease with age, lifestyle, and diet control, how fast that decline happens. You may not feel 20 again, but you can feel years younger than your age. Myth #2. Only expensive treatments work. Not true. Fancy creams and injections may give temporary results, but real, lasting change starts inside. And the foods we've covered, bone broth, salmon, berries, greens, garlic, are affordable and accessible to almost everyone. Myth #3. It's too late to start. Peas, petite mind in women in their 70s and 80s, transform their energy, their appearance, and their mobility. The human body has an incredible ability to repair itself if you give it the right tools. Knowledge is powerful, but only if you use it. Here are simple ways to bring collagen-boosting foods into your daily life. Start your day with bone broth or citrus. A warm broth or a glass of water with lemon sets the tone for collagen repair. Swap processed meats for fish. Aim for salmon, sardines, or mackerel 2 to 3 times a week. Add color to your meals. A handful of berries with breakfast or a vibrant side salad at dinner. Don't skip the greens. Add spinach to a smoothie, kale to a stir-fry, or broccoli to your plate. Cook with garlic. It's the easiest anti-aging upgrade you can make to any meal. Small swaps, done consistently, create lasting transformation. Let's pause for a moment. This isn't just science, it's personal. When your skin looks firmer, you feel more confident. When your joints move more freely, you feel independent. When your hair and nails strengthen, you feel vibrant. Collagen isn't vanity, it's dignity. It's the freedom to garden, dance, travel, play with grandkids, or simply look in the mirror and smile. And here's the truth, you deserve that. No matter your age, no matter your past habits, you deserve to feel strong, confident, and alive. Let's bring it all together. Bone broth, easy to absorb building blocks. Salmon and fatty fish, protein plus omega-3 protection. Citrus and berries, vitamin C ignition plus antioxidants. Dark leafy greens, chlorophyll boosts pro-collagen. Garlic, sulfur compounds that strengthen and protect fibers. Add these foods into your life and you give your body the tools to rebuild from the inside out. Here's my challenge to you. Don't try to overhaul everything at once. Just start with one change. Swap your morning toast for yogurt with berries. Trade a processed dinner for salmon and greens. Add garlic to tonight's stir-fry. Then notice how you feel. Watch how your body responds. Over weeks and months, those little changes compound into transformations you can see and feel. Aging is inevitable, but decline doesn't have to be. Every day, every meal, you have a choice. To feed decline or to feed strength. Collagen is your body's foundation. And these 5 foods are the bricks, beams, and mortar that keep it standing tall. When you choose them, you're choosing more than smoother skin or flexible joints. You're choosing independence, energy, and joy. So, the next time you sit down to eat, remember this: your plate can be your comeback. If this video brought you clarity and hope, take a moment to hit like right now. Share it with a friend or family member who deserves to feel their best. And if you want more expert insights to keep your golden years vibrant, subscribe and join our community. Because together we set not just aging, we start thriving.